All right, here it is.
A very glamorous position.
Yeah.
She would have been great there. All she did is go to see companies and hire people. She wanted,
Yeah.
and she hired, I think it was like 10 million people, some incredible amount of people. She'd go to.
You know why he does this so much? When I was first building my channel, I would do this when I'm talking. You know what this means when you're talking with your hands, chat? It's a gift. He's giving you, your attention focuses more on what he's saying because he has a gift for you. This means no weapon. I come unarmed. Here is my gift to you. Totally intelligent guy. Like compared to Kamala just, she's so hard to listen to.
Walmart, she'd go to Exxon, she'd go to these
Total
big
genius
companies.
guy. This guy's a total Aryan genius.
How do you instill the ambition in the kids? I think a lot of kids that grow up with wealth, they kind of are lazy and they feel like they have no direction in life. And a lot of times,
If you grew up wealthy, not like regular wealthy, I'm talking like everyone in your school knew you were fucking loaded out the ass, just rich, right? Like multiple supercars and shit. If you grew up like that, you're a total, like everyone in school made fun of you. You've only ever maintained a bitch around your arm because of that money. That means nothing about you excites another human being. Not your friends, not the women, nobody. Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah.
sometimes they turn to like drugs and other shit. How do you instill the ambition?
I'm not angry at them. It's just they always come at me with like, yo, how do I find out my life meaning, bro? How do I find my life fire? And it's like, there is no influencer who should answer that. They should themselves before they answer that. If you ever ask another human being, what's my life purpose, bro? Zherka, can you tell me what's the meaning of my life? You should, and no one on earth should be allowed to answer that question, because anyone who asks that question is not moving and not active, meaning he shouldn't be asking it. That question's only for the active, because then your brain is flowing and you can actually get to the bottom of the meaning of your life. You can actually get to the bottom of what you're trying to do in life because your brain is active. It went to work, it went to the gym, it made money, it did this, but that question being asked from a lazy, fat, faggot loser sitting in his fucking... You could be a skinny fucking loser. By fat, I mean you're not moving, right? You get it? That question's only for the active, right? Because that's the only question that ever matters. That's the only question anyone ever talks about at the high circles or the high end. At all circles of life, except the loser circle. Fuck that loser circle.
What is your prediction for the youth? Max Holloway versus Celia Topuria.
Yeah, Holloway's gonna die. That's my prediction. But we're not doing that right now, bro. We're doing Trump. Don't focus, man.
People they lose focus. They have no idea where they are.
Thoughts on long distance relationships? Yeah. This is your woman. You don't know where she is. You don't know what she's doing. But we do. Like, if you think of the synthesis of what made me who I am, is me since 5 years old always being attacked by these liberal teachers, and it transformed me into like the venom of the blue world. Like, I'm so venomous they won't put me on Cut. They said they'd put me on whatever podcast, Cut, and they all said, you know what, not that guy. This is before I did anything crazy. This is like a year ago, a year and a half ago, no, 2 years ago, 2 years ago. They kept saying, oh, we'll have you on, we won't. Because they think I'm going to actually sit, well, this is what they used to think. They thought I would sit there and make a bitch cry. And now they think I'll attack a woman. Who knows what they think now. I got 1 million podcast invites in US, and I just can't do it, bro. I can't see myself flying 5 hours on an airplane to go to New York to do some fucking... Destiny was right, bro. Like, well, if I had one manager right now that says, go here, go here, go here, go here, as you're dropping content, easy pop off. But that's like not my strategy anymore. I don't want that. I think the next time I go hard on content, I'm going to put a GoPro on my head, and then I'm going to go to a college campus, and I'm going to do this before the year ends. It's got to be a college campus that's not too far away. So I'm not taking no long flight and shit. But I feel like our whole channel was about angering, not even libs, conservatives, everyone, just angering everyone. That's like my favorite thing, is when they come to my channel, they go, this is a Christian. I like pissing off both sides. I've always liked it on some Joker shit. Why don't I have my emotes here? The fuck? Guys, hold me to that. Okay, we gotta get that done. Hey Zherka, I'm gonna read archetypes and the collective unconscious. Anything I should know previously before reading. Thanks. You'll enjoy it, right? Jung is very creative, right? He's for the creative types. And if you're Asian, Jung isn't really gonna. I mean, you'll like the Tao. You'll like the Tao parts of it. I'm talking about Jung. You're talking about that specific book. So no, that's for everyone. Really, it's for everyone. He is an empiricist. It's for Jung is for everyone.
I sort of hate answering it because I don't want to give any false identities. I don't want to do anything having to do with creating.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, and maybe it's just my short attention span, but when Trump does the weave thing, if I sense he did it like let's say I notice he did it for the first time, and I haven't seen him in a while, I keep listening. Then if he goes back into it, I actually stop watching everything. Like the last 3 interviews, Theo Vaughn, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch any of this shit. You know, like I don't give a fuck for political rhetoric.
Something that isn't there. You would look at Iran. Iran has an open threat out.
Which is sad because did you know that most of the world, as weak as their attention spans are, they actually love this shit. Like look at any political YouTube channel. They love the yapping. I can't do the yapping, dude. But I'm like a very hard guy to please. Like in the last 5 years, I could only watch Nick. In the times I didn't watch Nick, like I love everything about Sneeko except the repetitive part. But then, you know, repetitive is sales. You know, you gotta say, get in, join Secret Society, guys. You gotta join the Secret Society at thezerkaofficial.com, blah, 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 blah. I hate the repetitive shit, but you gotta do that. And I hated the repetitive shit so much that I never watched a live streamer in my life. I never consistently watched one. I didn't keep up with one. I could barely do clips now. So guys, isn't it strange when people who aren't 7 don't have friends? Dude, nobody has friends anymore. The only people who have friends in today's post-COVID society is people who have cyclones of time wasting. And there's like a group they have that's a cyclone that just wastes their time. And they go there to do drugs and alcohol and whatever. And then they spin out of it and come back to normal. Get a girlfriend. Then go back into it when they break up. And they have these cyclones, but they don't actually have friends. Like, I don't think people have had friends since... Hell, even before COVID, it was pretty bad. Bro, a friend is like a huge, huge title to put on someone. I don't think people actually have friends. People have like trends. Right? Certain friends for certain trends. There's summer friends. There's winter friends. There's, you know what I mean? And I think it's all gay. I think unless they're coworkers, unless you make money with them, I don't think you should chill with them because I'm not going to someone's like office job and distracting them so they make less. Let's say they're on commission. So why the fuck would I stay around someone who makes what he like offers me a good time? A couple of beers and that's fucking gay, bro. And are we going to the next level or not? Let's talk business, bro.
What's your goals in this seemingly new era? Sneeko on Kick, etc. What's Zherka's next step? A family? A different course? Another podcast run?
You know, my whole goal is to not change anything. Like even if I was unbanned on Kick, I don't think I'll be streaming that often. Yeah, I think those days are over. And family, no way, bro. I'm too young for a family. Are you crazy? Are you fucking crazy? I've had 1 year in this, bro. I've had 1 year of being a rock star. Let me enjoy the money, bro. What the fuck? Don't do that.
But good.
Don't let me grow up, Chad.
You once said that when a woman breaths out strongly, it's a sign that she is horny. Can you explain the psychology behind it?
What did you say? Did anyone hear that? When a woman what? Nah, I feel like I've gone over this for hours and hours on footage at thezerkaofficial.com.
See, that's a wave. You know, we go off at this
I like that. Because now I'm like, where are we weaving to? I'm into this.
No, think of it. Because we're talking about generals, and then you get back onto the general.
How do you react when you're alone with a woman and she constantly shit tests you off camera?
I ignore until she repeats herself. Ignore, she repeats herself. She feels dumb for repeating herself. She tries to repeat herself again, but stops halfway because she's like, he definitely hurt me. And I ignore, and I train them to be good dogs. Then I make them laugh when they're being good. But when they're being annoying, I ignore, right? I ignore. I don't do the whole, actually, let's debate about this. I don't do what you guys do. If there's a camera, maybe, but if there's no content, I ignore. I go, like, she goes, oh, wow. He's not mad at me. He's just not amused. Am I not entertaining? No, you're not. I am entertaining.
I mean, maybe give him a few years,
Well, it's up to the states now. It's up to the states because I have, and I believe in exceptions and all of the different things.
You've been vocal about that.
I've been very well.
You try to influence?
I think that.
I'm not even being biased. How? How is this a conservative campaign? Like, this is like the one issue I never thought would be. Like, you can see he wants to duck the question and shit. He wants to avoid it, but oh boy, women are winning, eh?
I think a lot of people agree with me.
Yeah.
It was very, very strong, very, very tough. And Republicans were going to lose a lot of elections having to do with a lot of other things, too, because there are many issues. We have the border, we have this, we have wars, we have everything. And Roe v. Wade was always about getting it back to the states. And then people started talking about the number of weeks and this, that, all these. But nobody wanted, no legal scholar, no Democrat, no Republican, liberal.
For the people who don't believe in a soul, ultimately what you're saying, what it boils down to is that a murderer and a criminal, a thief, a bad person is the same as a good person. It's just you want laws to keep your stuff protected. That's the only difference. But deep down, the root of your intellectual, isn't that fucking insane?
I do believe in exceptions. Life of the mother, rape, and incest.
Right.
If your daughter's raped by somebody, and let's say he's from a prison someplace and he's killed people and everything else, absolutely, you have to be able to do. There are some people, and I think.
What are some ways to make your body regenerate and de-age? You're trying to look healthier? Step 1, fast, right? Fasting always makes people look better, like oily people. And number 2, right? This is going to sound crazy. Reduce stress levels even if it means lowering your paycheck. Like, for a lot of my guys, I'll be like, who cares if you make 10,000 less a year, but you look better? That's worth it, because when you look better, you sell more, right? But a lot of you guys have like these niche side hustles that make you sleep weird, right? That's why I say for a lot of you traders, it's not worth it if it makes you ugly and you're never rich. Like, you should be rich by now, right? If you're always stressing, then like, bro, you're just balding.
We want babies in our country.
And we do. But
so now
there are some people using that reversal of Roe v. Wade to
why is his eyes so big?
Attack the legality of
it. Look how he opens his face.
It's like, that's heartbreaking.
These are crooked politicians. These are politicians.
And have you noticed Trump is not on that amphetamine anymore, where he's like red and screaming anymore? He's like very calm now. He's not 2016, that's for sure. There's no veins. It's very like, what's the recipe? What's the sauce he's on?
She called me up. She said, sir.
Yeah, Taz, that is real. Yes. But it comes through breath work of circulating the light within yourself. It's not just holding it in, right? And that takes a while to learn, right? A lot of people are like, are you into meditation? Breath work is different than meditation, okay? And that's really good for, like, learning to center yourself is great for reducing stress too. That's a whole chapter, man. That's like 10 videos.
And he shut down IVF, and I said, let's explain it. Tell me.
Yeah, Adderall Trump was peak, but I feel like you can't do that over a year. You get uglier, you get weird, you get psychotic. I feel like, I'm totally against this stuff, but I see how people can have one good year and set up a business. And, I get that. But if he did it till now, he would have, it would have been it would have been fucking hilarious.
And she told me.
So funny.
No, I think I've done a good job in a lot of ways because I've convinced people that you just can't do that.
No, that's important.
It's always been complex. It's always been tough. But we've come a long way with that issue. But just...
Why do I ignore women I like and don't ignore women I don't like? Because the ones you like are trophies in your head. They're on such high pedestals that you will always self-sabotage. The second you start treating the ones on pedestals identical to Walmart moms, identical to everyone else texting you on your phone, the second you start believing it, The second it becomes the norm is the second they sense it. And then they feel they're not that hot. And they come back down to earth. And now you can shoot your shot. And yeah, it really is about, it's not, you don't even have to say anything, but they can pick up that you're treating them different, right? Even if you ignore the shit out of them, let's say you're in a room with one, she senses she's better than you because you're avoiding the trouble, right? This is why I say the number one thing you have to do is a good first impression. And then, like, just like the basics, man, it's just the basics. You hold frame, don't do anything she wants to do what you want to do. And she'll just fall into it every single time, especially if your life is interesting. You don't need that much money and stuff like that. You should have money, but your life has to be interesting. And if you ever wonder, like, how do I make an interesting life? You don't have to make an interesting life. Make conversations interesting. If you can find a way to be an interesting person, interesting to talk to, everyone wants to talk to you, and you'll usually know that if haters want to really talk to you, right? If haters also, plus people who like you, if they all want to yap with you, then you're an interesting person. And that's how a lot of average guys have good, like, a good circle of bitches that they go through, or at time they're dating, is they've got interesting conversations with a regular high-paying job, good lifestyle, regular lifestyle with some money. That's it. That's all you need. Because interest, when you are interesting, you have attention. Attention is everything, right? Attention is everything. Once you have someone's attention, it's game over. Now, being interesting is tricky because that means you have to unravel your soul, right? You have to unfold your soul, okay? So that's like a longer process, right? The hotter she thinks she is, the less you validate her. Well, no, that's like a horrible rule. A lot of red pill guys say the hotter she is, the less you should validate her. No, she'll pick up on that too, right? And it'll still work, but there's a higher level to this. Validate her as much as you would an ugly chick. It's better if you're mirroring. It's way better. It's impossible to read a man if he keeps treating you like every other chick. It's very easy to read a man that is just nagging you or keeping you low for no reason, right? That's a lot of, even though it works, I feel like it's more effective if you just put everyone in that communist position of all the hot girls and the mid girls and the ugly girls are all in one communist group and you're the emperor. That's way better, in my opinion, right? That's opposite. That is the opposite of not validating her. Like Myron will give the advice, don't validate her. But when you watch the show, Myron's not doing that. You know, his advice is great, but he doesn't get what he's explaining. Watch the show and Myron will validate the hot one as much as he would the fat one. He's literally doing what I'm saying. Watch the show. This is what people mean to say, right? You have to like read the room perfectly. That's the best. I've seen Fuzi do it sometimes. Listen, bro, I've come out and said multiple times that Fuzi's like good with women and stuff like that. And I was talking last year. This year, I feel like he's doing some other shit, you know? And I'm being super fair when I say that. I could easily shit on it. Sneeko, I think he's doing great. But, like, let's be real. Everyone we used to react to was better last year, you know? These guys were better when the energy was more, what is Zherka doing? Because he's all over the algorithm. When people are copying me, it was way better. Because then I copy myself. I stay on my shit. Even right now, I don't feel it, bro. Like, I swear to God, there's this... Anyone else feel like last year in 2023, you could sit through a whole date? And this year, bro, maybe it's a dragon year. I don't know what it is. I can't stand when they start talking. Like, I used to be able to sit through half a date. I can't stand... Bro, I'm going to weird lengths where I'm bringing friends along, right? Usually that's like beginner stuff that I teach. I'm not a beginner, but I'm bringing friends along just in case I get bored now. Right? Like the only time I ever have fun, like genuine fun with women, like the most fun I could imagine having is it's me and Sneeko and three of them. That's the most, that sounds so fucked up. You know what I'm saying though, right? Where two ADHD people talking about what they want to talk about, and that's it. Yeah, there's this weird thing that hot chicks do where they don't talk about themselves because they're intimidated that I'm better than them. And so I have to just talk the whole time. And in my head, I'm thinking like, dude, I'm not live. Have you seen what I'm like without a microphone? Has anyone ever seen what I'm like in person? If there's no camera, there's no microphone, I don't talk, bro. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I don't even give a fuck what I have to say. I just want to leave. I want to leave and be alone, and then I want to complain about being alone.
But the idea of...
I hate when people can't admit that they agree with Trump's answer on it. So they say, no, I'm just like you. I'm going to copy paste your answer over mine. Like, just let it go, bro. Right? You guys just hard disagreed there. Just let it go. You lost. You fucking idiot. You didn't think it through.
Of America, and becoming the greatest version of yourself is something I'll always be proud of.
So I understand what you're saying. When I was president, we had no wars in the whole world.
What is this about even comedians? Everyone goes into sappy talking now. You know? Bro, I can talk about depression for 8 hours. It won't sound like I'm fucking... Did you hear what he just did? It could be better. I'm a comedian and I'm this cringe. Like, what is this? Is there something in the fucking water? What makes people like this? Right? Trump is really good at avoiding the cliche energy.
You're not going to do any more business with the United States.
Listen, read this, bro. Zherka, this is your average Christian. Zherka, where should we draw the line from gaining knowledge to going against God? Like how shrooms are evil, but reading isn't. Reading is evil. The Bible says, "Be wise as serpents." Read, bro. What the fuck?
Okay. Well, listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. President. I really appreciate it. Guys,
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Well, what'd you think of that? That was really something. That was really, wow. It's not the same Trump. It's like this. A lot of yapping there.